Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
Not so simple for Na'Vi on Overpass. A 16-8 scoreline, seeing North, the Northern Lions, not Wolves, not sure where that came from, do manage to pick that one up. Just getting my animals confused. And I do have some animals to introduce to you here. Analysis animals. We have YNK and Sponge. Gentlemen, we have to talk about this one, and it does feel kind of dreary almost to try and break this one down. You guys are here to provide insight, analysis, and understanding of a game that really, the answer was one team was better than the other, and one team was a team.
Well, we are also here to be honest, Alex. And we were honest in the pregame. We said this was going to be a bad game of CS, and it was a bad game of CS. You know, it's not even the better team. A team came out on top, and that was North. You can see, you know, in the beginning, very early on the T side, like just the defaults. But now was trying to do it was just like all over the place. You know, people, Edward trying to walk through a smoke into toilets. Then, you know, later on, Kane trying to walk into. You know, I don't know why people are trying to walk into toilets that much by themselves.
Through a smoke as well.
Yeah,
you love to see it.
It was chaotic, I think. This is the best way to summarize what we saw there from Na'Vi. And I mean, admittedly, Kane 4 frags as well. We didn't even get to see a C's performance.
Yeah, it looked like it could have been another slow start from North like we saw last night, right? Or at least a harder game from North. And then, bang, simple early on. What did he win? 3 rounds on his own in that first half?
Yeah.
Just good. Okay.
What did you say? You said it was like, you think you said 3.
I said 3.
I had like 4, and you had even more 6 or something for Simple. I mean, it was, once again, the only kind of shining light at the end of the tunnel was Simple, and you get to see some of those highlights here on your screens now, entering into those bomb sites. I think it was the second, if not third round.
Yeah, this is the second round where
chucked
they
him an AK.
Then you had this round, like very early on, where he had an ace with the AWP. Now, if this was like a normal team and a normal game, this would be Simple winning like 2 of the most important rounds in the half, and then you can build on that and have a great half and conquer your opponents. But no, they're just not a team, so they lose.
In the normal context of Overpass as well, a 10-5 half isn't terrible. It's just like, how do you convert that? We had that round with Kane with the AWP. He dropped it, picked up the AK, thought, I'm going to go on a bit of an adventure. Didn't find anything. Came back, went, maybe I should save the AWP for the next round, and couldn't get it in time.
I don't know if it was frustration or anything else, but they had a lot of money you know, in that round, so they could have bought the AWP for Simple and dropped it, but that didn't happen. So maybe it was like, if you drop my AWP, guess I won't play with one now.
Yeah, guess I'm rocking the AK instead. Yeah, so it was dreary for the boys from Na'Vi, and Overpass, I guess, is kind of not much more to be said. The main point being that North were the team that showed up, and we didn't get any surprise performances from Na'Vi, never mind Kane, of course, their coach, their new stand-in player. How are we pronouncing his name? Luke? Or
yeah, it's Luke.
It's just Luke.
Yeah,
with a 1, because he's cool like that. We won't be seeing him until tomorrow. So we do have one game, one more map where you have to see Na'Vi kind of limping with their coach. But we'll see what they can do on Nuke, and that's where we're going next. And admittedly, I think we should spend this time would be better spent just kind of focusing on the map as well. What North are doing so right on that. Are they in your list, Chad, of teams that kind of took early adoption to Nuke?
Yeah, definitely like the early adoption. But Yanko mentioned in the pregame about them dropping off a little bit, and we haven't seen them look as dominant as they once were. And that's because Nuke has changed a little bit in a lot of teams' approaches. They've worked out how to manage that secret control. You know, teams are actually going for information better. But there's some really cool things that I think North do, right? Especially like outside with Config being aggressive. He always likes to go for that secret pick. Him and Cajun as a combo out there are really quite powerful. Yeah. And then you have Valde now as a new kind of linchpin as that rotator, and I think, you know, it can be super effective. So just to, we're in the map right now, we got Rushley flying us around. What we're talking about, one of the key components of this map is that we always talk about is the wall of smokes outside. I'm sorry, Rush, I know you were just there. If we can head over to the outside section of the map, that would be fantastic. He's on his way. Oh, he's going to go around the long way.
He's on his way. He's going outside.
Here's the cool thing. You can actually fly through walls. Rush is just trying to give us... So what we talk about here is getting control of secret. So we normally see the smoke lands directly in the middle of the screen right now, and then the wall is just there. And you go down secret, and from there, basically what that forces is the CTs to have to rotate. When you have control of this map, you don't have to have a lot of people down there. Sometimes you don't even have to have anyone down there, just because the sense of the forcing the rotation, if you know the way the CTs play, you can drag someone out and find a cheeky kill, or you can find a gap in your potential attack.
Right. And what's worth discussing there, Yanko, is the CTs and their options to defend secret. I mean, how often are we seeing people go aggressive up secret now, actually going for some yard control late? I mean, it's quite a route to get your defensive player there.
Yeah, true. There's a number of things you can do. You can send someone there early and have a teammate support him from yard. You know, a player can be with the AWP here on Heaven and hold a very defensive line. He can also be a bit more aggressive towards the catwalk and take an aggressive approach. And then you can have your rifle player behind the red box and basically bait for him. We see more 3-player setups on yard, which is actually also very cool because, you know, rarely will the T's not send anyone yard. They will always throw the smokes, or most of the time, and most of the time they will send at least one player there. So there's not that much risk of you know, losing the round somewhere else early on.
Yeah.
I was definitely asking for this, and G2 is one who we saw in recent times do it. Where Rush is right now, they had a player push to, and he kind of would swing between either flicking out to the left side of that crate or towards yellow, the top of the silo there. The second player, Apex, was in a really unique position. He was on top of the actual CT warehouse behind that little air conditioning vent. Right there, and he was sitting on top of that, and he was, or behind that actually, and looking at the top of silo.
Sure.
And then they had a player who was kind of jiggle peeking from main entrance or annex, whatever you want to call it, towards yard as bait. And that kind of trifecta of doom outside means once anybody steps, they're all able to duel together, and that's really important to be able to do in a setup where you're going for outside control like that.
And of course, you know, I can imagine the risk of doing these 3-man CT holds outside, while it is a whole very big, you know, the crutch of the issue when it comes to defending the map, is you're vulnerable to these kind of all-in plays that T's can throw at you.
It's true, but the thing here is if you have one player going towards Cat, for example, or that one player can go up the ladder, he can throw the smoke and the incendiary for the guy who's going to be alone on the upper bomb site.
Yeah.
So he throws the nades, goes outside. The guy on ramp has, you know, the smoke and an incendiary, and he can always fall back. Like, ramp is nothing. You can always fall back into lower, wait
more
for
of
the
just
rotate.
getting information.
Exactly. So then the player who's on upper, he has his own smoke and an incendiary to buy more time in case nothing happens on yard. That's the thing. Like, you can't be, you know, you go for that 3-man setup, for example, and you're going to be there for maybe 10, 15, 20 seconds. By that time, something's going to happen. If no one is there, well, then you just rotate players back because no one really goes for late take on yard. So in that sense, there isn't as much risk as you may think by the fact that you only have one player holding upper by himself and one player holding ramp.
It's more of a case of just please don't die instantly. Just give us that information and get that.
The thing that counters that is an upper rush through Squeaky, right? But that's something that you don't really go for unless you know that the CTs are low on economy, because going through that incendiary in Squeaky is a nightmare. Like rush ramp doesn't really counter because you can fall back and then the teammates can rotate in. So that's basically the one thing that can lose you the round instantly. And that's just a blind read that you would have to make, which is very difficult to do.
Yeah, difficult to do, and it is, you can see in the odds, difficult for Na'Vi to convince the bookkeepers. No surprises there. That's giving, quite the odds in favour of North. And it does sound like the game is just on its way, and therefore we are just going to quickly remind anyone, if any newer viewers want a quick understanding of our expectations for this game, Chad, if you could, in just a sentence, summarise how we're expecting to see Nuke play out.
North are going to stomp them. I think that's probably the best way to put it, right? Because on a map like this, where it's harder with executes, Overpass is still quite tactical as well, but this one is even more so with timings and, you know, getting map control. And then on the CT side, we just spoke about it, rotation is going to be super difficult for Kane. He obviously knows how to slot into the protocols of how to rotate, but he just looked lost in that last map, and I feel it's going to be more of the same here for Na'Vi.
If you were allowed to bet, I would put my house on North. It's like you get, you know, quarter of what you go in.
Okay.
Like for such a heavy favorite, that's easy money.
Put $1 million on, win 250,000.
And you'll get some angry tweets when Kane comes in with a 30 bomb. That's all I'm saying, because that's time to see if Kane can do better than the 4 francs he accumulated on Overpass. Not taking the mickey, he is, of course, taking a big leap into the player's position, what was once and is still the coach of Na'Vi. Right, let's jump in then. Our analysts expect North to take it.
And I don't dispute that at all. I think it's going to be pretty straightforward, Hank. Hank the Tank.
On Nuke, I would say
that's
fair enough. It's a very difficult tactical map. There's a reason it's not played that often, the least played map we have in the pool, because it's so difficult to master. Not many teams can be very good at it. It takes a lot of time to practice, and the CT side is actually a nightmare as well. With so many rotations and difficult rotations that have to come through, it's a difficult map to master, and I'm sure North will win this pretty much hands down. A similar scoreline, maybe Simple finds some magic, but there's a lot less room to wiggle with on Nuke than there is on Overpass. So they win a pistol, perhaps. We've got something to work with it. Luckily, they do start on the CT side here, so we'll see what they can do. And we're getting to round number 1. I'll have a look at the buy. No upgraded pistols as of yet. 5 sets of armor for North. Looking a very similar story for Na'Vi as well. Simple. Won't buy any utility. So there we have it. 10 Kevlar.
Hank the Tank. It's got a nice ring to it.
It does.
I prefer Hank the Sperm Bank. Flamey. spots them going toward the vent. They won't get any damage dealt to them as they trickle by. Well, I shouldn't say any damage. They take fractions. But AZ's in good position, lurking late to catch off Flamey, who wants to go back down the gopher hole. Or the rabbit's hole, or whatever Alice goes down to find the Wonderland, because it's a wonderful land downstairs for North, as the bomb already planted is going to be held and only 2 players left to find. It's Edward and Simple, and Edward starts off but has to reload. Somehow evades AZ for a slight fraction in time. Simple's been held. He's been diverted. There's dangerous weather on the ramp, and the landing doesn't even come through. It's Valda to knock him clean out of the sky.
Very fast approach in towards that, but down the vent, bomb planted, find the first kill, and it's a nightmare to retake the lower side, especially when you've got no utility, no kits as well. That was 5 to the bottom of the Na'Vi side. Same story for North, but they got themselves established nice and early. They found the frags, stopped the rotations coming through as well, holding that ramp room, containing the beast. That is Simple in the ramp, couldn't really do much about the round. They're willing to be force buying once again. That seemed to be a common trend for them in the first map. I do expect North to win this like 16 to 4, 5 maybe. If you're just joining us, I'll say it one last time, I promise. Kane is the coach of Na'Vi. They recently removed Zeus, Seas.
Hello, Josh Dow from Quispamsis.
And
my dog is in Quispamsis.
Is he?
She?
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
I call all dogs Seas.
Come on now. Dogs are people too. Carry on.
Yes, I lost my train of thought. So whatever I was talking about, basically, Kane's the coach, he's playing. So
I want coaching stickers because I want a Kane sticker.
Why?
I also want casting stickers because I like money.
You want the cash?
No, actually, I
and
think
you want
at first
Jack
I was
Daniels and the money?
strictly Jack Daniels and the money. First, I was strictly against casting stickers because I thought we're just casters. But now that I've been around for a while and
bought a race car and you realize, well, some money would be good.
I could use the money. No, it's I get it. I get why people originally wanted them to begin with, and I think that it's Anders and Semler on the gun, Dan and DDK. I was gonna say Dan and James on the gun. Us, we could be there. Maybe a few people might spend some money on it.
Rainbow stickers.
Rainbow stickers. Surprisingly, Na'Vi have an advantage in this round, even with the bomb down. They're going to try and hold the defuse as well. Valda's got 1 kill on Edward, but they're still on it. And Zeus is forced off of it, but he's into a one-on-one. Found immediately, and Valda holds the round together.
A little bit close there. Valda has to get a 4K in the 1v1 towards the end. I don't think they really had a chance to win it. The bomb was at very fast pace towards the end there. And they're going to force buy again, Matt. Oh, I'll tell you it isn't so. Not one of these games. It was a great play there from Valda. They should have been around for Na'Vi, all things considered, but they will be forcing again. Like, if you're playing against the CT side, sure, that kind of makes sense. Against the Tizo, like, you're going to struggle here with Kane with a PDP. Once again, he just seems to be the merchant. He's just dropping everything he can for his teammates. I think at this point, this is like Na'Vi just like, you know what? We'll try everything we can. We'll throw the kitchen sink at them. Some experimental tactics. Some force buys, and not really working out too well for them right now. But Simple's still alive. Gets 1, but down to like 1 HP. He'll be dropped as well. Round over. Another force buy that will fall by the wayside. And it'll be Flamey and Kane. The merchant, we're calling him now, to try and do something about this. A shot is hit with the scout, and the bomb will be planted.
Yeah, bomb planted. So 3rd time in a row. More importantly, 3rd round in a row. Potentially Kane. Good shot on the CZ-75. Just trying to have some fun with it, Henry. Don't look at me like that. I saw those eyes.
Oh, hello.
Flamey's making matters. Making waves.
Yeah, the problem is they force bought 2 rounds in a row now.
But yeah,
and,
exactly.
So even though they get players down again, sure, they keep North financially weak, but they can't force again, even though they save the scout and, what is it, the Mac 10? Yeah, Mac 10. It's not like that's going to do much for them in the next round. Winning, North can definitely drop a few AKs. They'll be fully equipped. Here's a replay for you. Oh, it's the kill of Kane. Let's have a look. Nice.
Bam, baby.
Damn, baby, he says.
I said bam.
Oh, bam.
Bam, like bam, bam.
Okay. That makes more sense. Are they forcing again? Okay, I can see another set of armor there. And no, they won't be forced. They'll leave a little bit of cash there as the lost bonus starts to rack up. Kane's all in. He drops more weaponry. So keeps helping them out. It's like simple. You take this Mac 10. Take my CZ as well. I do not need these things.
They are not relevant. You are not worthy. I mean, I am not worthy. I mean, Zeus is. He's got a kill. Config and MSL have one each, though, and that makes things better off for Na'Vi as Flamey tries to do some damage with this scout. But you better watch out. Santa Claus is going to go up the chimney this time, not down. Okay, never mind. Simple. Come on, don't ruin the narrative. They never think about the narrative.
It's true. They should have thought about that in the world they're in right now, which is 1 minute ahead, to keep up your storyline. For anyone that's not aware that GoTV works, this is not exactly what's happening. Of course, that wouldn't work because people could listen to the broadcast, right? Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I missed that one.
So this isn't exactly live because they could listen to the broadcast on an online match. It's like 1 minute delay, right?
Oh yeah.
So to keep up with your narrative, they'd have to have a time machine.
Well, no, but they could just be, you know, cognizant of it.
Okay.
They should just know that I'm talking about Santa Claus in a chimney and be aware that Simple needs to go up the ladder. I get what you were saying, but yeah, but that's just too logical.
All right. Well, maybe you can tweet about it. You like tweeting about things.
Do I?
Yeah.
I don't tweet very often.
Yeah, but when you do, you
only 6 times like per match.
4-0. I guess you can cause a gun round. It's Kane who's been dropping everything. He'll go down to the UMP. No warp for Simple, but it's actually not too bad. It's round number 5, a little bit late, but they can still do something with this. North for the 4-0 lead. North occasion B. Yeah, I think they know they've won this map. It's difficult to really feign a storyline for you. I'm not going to do that. I respect my audience. I'm not going to start saying, oh, there's a chance, like I normally would.
Flamey will be behind the blue box. Outside, passive, knows they're close, but he's anticipating Catwalk to peek before that of the boost, which goes on. Interestingly enough with Bomb. And Flamey reads right that there not only is a boost, but a player above. He swings back wide to find a 3rd kill. And much like Simple in the previous map, it's a one-man effort to find what could be the first round for Na'Vi. It's Cajun B. And AZ left alive, just AZ. He's found a kill, but he's found immediately after by Zeus. Simple obviously has his intended contribution, but Flamey, good hold, good read. It was passive, but it worked.
Nice position. Holding outside, they come to him one by one. He'll pick them all up, and that's a nice individual display of skill there. They do have North on the force buy, though. That's the one benefit to keeping them modest and keeping rounds going down to the 1v1s, the 1v2s. And you can see as soon as you win a round, you are going to break them significantly. A couple of pistols here, 3 rifles, one of which is a Galil. Great nade at the start there, but Flamey can't convert it. It's up to Zeus now, who'll have to spray for the smoke momentarily. Going for it, gets some damage inflicted, but can't find anything. Limited in the spray potential, the M4A1S. The AK is not, however. As Edward gets one down, Simple, he'll clean up here. No way he just goes down here at all. Oh, okay. I thought he was done. He'd get a few kills on the board. Only 1.
Kane, Zeus, each with kills. Na'Vi continuing to put us... That didn't work. I was going to say put us... Give us the thrills. That would have worked. But it's Config with the bomb. He's going to try and plant. Will succeed in doing so. No one really in a position to push or take that down before such time that it could be denied. It gives Config a chance in a 1 versus 2. Smokes off intentionally toward the doorway, and he'll head toward decontamination. And he will have no need to rinse Kane from his body as he puts him down cleanly. Edward has bypassed him ever so slightly to get to the bomb, and Red that it's not likely he's going to go to the control room door. He's at the vent, and Edward will win the round for Na'Vi. It's too straight for the Ukrainian/Russian side.
He had a little hunch as to what occasion would be. A great attempt to win the round there, but touched the bomb, and looked towards the vent. Blow his head off with the AK. Job done. That was the force buy from North. Unfortunately, can't convert it to the victory for them. They'll have to take another eco here as Na'Vi start to close the gap a little bit. 2 in a row for them. No all coming out just yet. Another 1v1 keeps them relatively modest as well. Just PD50s, a Deagle here. And Incendiaries to stop the rush at the very start as well. We'll go towards the ramp. That's going to be AZ trying to find the opening kill. And he gets it as well. That's not too bad. Simple, though. Ready for them to drop down in this ramp area itself. I don't think he'll have many troubles here. The bomb is dropped. And now he can stay in position and try and close the round out.
Bomb still sits on the deck. Oh, Flamey, what the heck? It's on to Volda. Sorry, I just like to rhyme for no reason. I think in another life I would be Dr. Zeus. Would you be my illustrator?
No, I wouldn't. Because if it's another life, I probably wouldn't know you.
Optimistic, Henry. I believe in fate.
4-3. Well, Na'Vi, I didn't think they'd stand much of a chance here, but they do break the economy once and find themselves 3 rounds on the board. It's round number 8 here. AK is coming out. Full buy for North. You're definitely not required on Nuke. It can be problematic. Good for the opening picks. We get nothing, though. Can be a little bit clumsy towards the end of the round, especially if we get down towards lower. Zeus will be patrolling towards outside, drops the nades. It's a pretty standard round for North. One player to head towards Secret. It's normally the in-game leader that does this. I've noticed for most teams. It'll be MSL that does it this time as well.
Perhaps because he wants the information on rotations to make the
Indeed.
call.
Yeah, like he wants to see what he can do, and he'll, there's no input lag from his calls then at that point. He's just like ready to go. Like he knows when there's decent information gathered.
Simple to the orange box in timely fashion. He's there before such time that they'll be in the site. He knows that they're arriving. Molotov's down, smokes as well. As he peeks, he goes early, finds Cajun, goes for the bomb denial, but Config reacts swiftly. And he'll sweep Simple away. It's Valda following it up and leaving us with Edward and Flamey both entering from ramp. One on the right side, one on the left side, and then on the right side again as Edward goes out for an additional peek. He gets taken down. Config gets one.
Ooh.
And although Flamey got a trade, or a refrag, if you will, he still comes out worse off for it. And it's 5 rounds now for North.
Lovely shots from Config towards the end there. He was actually behind the silo, and I'm sure we might have a look at that, but it's going to be Kane. I guess that's the play we're doing now. Every time Kane gets a kill, we'll check that out. Why not? He is the coach, doing what he can. Like we said, he's the merchant, dropping the guns and trying to keep his star players with weaponry in their hands. The same smokes going out. The great thing about those smokes is you can drop them every single round, keep it consistent. Sometimes send one guy there, sometimes send the whole team, sometimes send no one. It means that he has to check it out every single time. They have to force a rotation down towards lower. They have no idea as to whether someone indeed did make it down the back. This time, we'll have North with MSL and Config towards main entrance. So it looks like an upper split here with the opening frag coming in their favour. 3 players in lobby as well, but Simple, he could be shutting this down, but the smoke is good and they'll make their way to the site.
Gets the shot on his Zeus. Edward will find kills. He's got 3 now, in fact. Edward as AZ goes in. Good snap reaction to find Simple. Bomb still down on the deck. 2 to peek from heaven. And that is the last 2. Kane, in fact, just says, forget that. Jumps down the ladder and does damage to himself. But AZ finds both kills subsequently. And suddenly it's 6 rounds for North as they double the score once more.
Knocks him down to an eco, and AZ has been getting better and better since the removal made his point in the addition of Valda. He seems like he's finding his individual form once again, and that's a lovely round from him. Really nice to shut them down to an eco as well. It guarantees another round. They have force for Simple, I think. Okay, so he's been dropped. So Kane's dropped the pistols again. So he gives the deagle over to Simple and a PT-50, I think, to Zeus. And Simple busts just by head armor, try and get the opening shot. And coming in just yet, but we do have a chance.
Kane with as many kills in this game as I think he had in the last in total.
Yeah, he got 4 on overpass total. So he's already equaled his previous effort.
From AZ, he tries to rush around, missed shot, and Kane is the man to capitalize. Gives an AK to Zeus if they can take advantage of it. Flamey's made his way to Secret. Kane, meanwhile, back in lobby, is slowly rotating, it would seem, to the outer position.
Zeus gave Kane the AK. I guess he's just like, you know what, you go to spawn and save this. I will try and find another one. I think that's exactly what's happening.
You be a good boy.
You go take this and look after it. That's your job right now. Sit in T-spawn, keep his AK, I will hunt and bait and do what I can here.
Called that correctly, but Valda takes down Flamey. There is not another one to be found. And Config, although they get Zeus, will not get anywhere near the AK. Give it back now, Kane.
Yeah, give it a Simple. You can have the SMG. 7-3. North with a comfortable lead at this point. KTM on 2 kills. Hasn't brought out the orb just yet. Round number 11. It's not looking too good. Na'Vi to get a spell of 3 rounds after shutting down the economy of North, but got a lot of work to do to make this competitive yet. Oh, God.
Yeah, by Kane.
Well then.
By Felicia.
They're going for their outside smokes again, which they did. MSL heading towards the secret area. He got taken down by Flamey, but it was the ramp split. So now ramp is open. That is the gateway to the map. You have access, of course, to upper and lower from there. It's up to Simple now with the AK. Gets 1. Can he get even more than that? Drops a nice smoke, and he'll get him 3 frags. That's so well played. I don't know how he gets away with that one. The bomb down as well, and indeed the round. Good Lord. Simple is a god, isn't he? Every single situation seems to be played to perfection, hitting every single shot. 3 kills, 2 of which were the smoke. First one was good, bought himself some time, deploys the smoke, makes things very chaotic, got dinked up in the process as well. As soon as the smoke goes down, kills that one, then the third through his smoke. Wrecked.
I mean, I know it make it look so simple. I just put the work in every day. It's like a ritual. A different kind of artist, man. I paint a different visual. Come on, it's a good song.
Yeah, I love that one.
It is very good. Don't ask me who it's by. I actually can't remember right now. I think it was in a Bali Bike Park videos where I heard it the first time. Edward, inside a hut, smoke down. Next line is, we're all humans in this world, but yeah, we could never be equals. Great talk. Hank?
I don't know what relevance this has.
It's simple. It says simple in the lyrics.
Right.
And it talks about hard work and dedication. Edward.
What were you looking for out of me?
Nothing. Just, you know, something. Save me. Throw me a life raft.
Well, you've always got the casting to fall back onto. So let's give that a go.
You know, sometimes I wonder. Config, meanwhile, they're going to slow things down. North on this particular terrorist round. They still have the lead, 7-4. When they go in, they don't check directly above them. Edward's not been there many times. This time he, unfortunately, is Flamey, as well as over by Squeaky, and he's done great work to allow Kane while they're preoccupied to get a backstab on Config with a UMP at range. And it's down to MSL. He gets found by Simple outside.
Well then, we do have something to work with here. And Na'Vi get their 5th round. AK-47s are plenty, and Kane on the UMP. He'll just be keeping his money strong to make sure weapons keep going in the hands of his star players. And North struggling somewhat here. They're trying to run the same strategy every time. The same smoke's going down, and sometimes having MSL, and then splitting towards ramps, splitting towards lower from Squeaky, but not really finding success in the last few. You've lost 2 rounds in a row now. Money's starting to get established for the CT side. We're going towards ramp this time. It's an eco rush to the CZ's. Kane, can he get the big spray down? I'm ready for it. Doesn't get 1. Damage inflicted at least. He's up to Flamey to come pick up the pieces for him, which he'll do in tremendous style. 3 kills picked up before going down.
Volva gets toward the top of the ramp. Simple's already rotating back in from outer, but he's covered off by a smoke. It's Saint Worry Not Pray a Lot. That's the name of the song. Simple knows they're there, tries to make pace by pulling the knife. Makes some noise jumping down as well, but they're already inside of the site and trying to find a plant, so Simple's arrival is in the correct time and fashion. It brings it back to within 1. 7-6, 2 good rounds in succession by Na'Vi. Still penetrable as they're getting close enough to the site. No plant this time around, though, in its last legs in terms of buy for both sides, if you will. Break potential exists for each.
Yeah, North win this. They're going to be winning the half and probably getting 9-6. Na'Vi, they can still win the half as well, you know. So this is a big round. If Na'Vi do this, they've actually set themselves up quite a successful campaign here on Nuke. I didn't think that would be possible. After what I saw on Overpass, I thought we were done for here. This would be a swift finish on Nuke, but it looks like they've got something to work with here as we get into round number 14. AK on Simple. Guess we'll follow that as MSL makes his way down towards lower once again. Successfully with the bomb as well. That's on the back of Config, so he's got a bit of manpower here as they try and find the opening pick, and obviously a CT will rotate towards this area. This time it will be Edward. Not going to be challenging for the frag as of yet. Smoke down, take some vision away. It didn't look like, okay, it is perfect smoke. I thought there might have been a slight gap there, could have bounced a bit too far. But they head down towards the window room, clear that out first. Try and smoke on the bomb site, get a quick plant down, but there he is, ready and waiting. And will be Flamey on the bomb site floor.
Smoke deployed to the ramp. Molotov on the right. Edward, meanwhile, at decontamination, has the stairs to stare at until they get closer. As Valda will enter through Annex to the upper bomb site. It's clear. It's open. Believe it or not, Kane's got the best position. He's got a chance to actually walk in through Hut and surprise them both. They walk out if he had sprayed and held it down together, even potentially gone slightly to his right. When he stepped away from the first, he could have sprayed two.
Delivering the pain.
Ooh, Kane delivering the pain.
Could have been good.
Every day he's just racking on your brain.
Yeah.
Making shots that look kind of insane in slow motion because in real life and replay, they don't have... I'm done.
That was almost getting somewhere.
It was getting somewhere. Called Jordan. He'll do it for us.
He's in the North America broadcast, which you'll find after this.
Yeah, that's
later
true.
On tonight.
That is true.
4 on 3. Looks like the CTs will be saving in CT spawn. Like you mentioned before at the start of the round, this is the round that breaks them. So they'll be wanting to save any weaponry they can. They won't have much money to work with after this. It will be North winning the half on the T side. 4 players surviving. Cajun beat us now. 3 kills, 10 deaths. I haven't really had the best showing here on Nuke. Normally brings out the AWP, but hasn't really dabbled with it as of yet. No one's really been AWPing so far in this half. As we get into round number 15. Money okay, actually, considering Na'Vi should have been broken there. Saving the guns was the right call to make. And if they can get 8-7, that's not the worst half in the world. 9-6, though, I'm not sure they'll be able to recover from it. We'll see. Outside we go once again. Same smokes deployed. Bomb there, 4 players as well. We'll have 1 player holding towards the lobby. That's AZ. A lot of utility thrown in from the CT to try and stop the push. There is a slight gap, though, and they'll make their way down. As you can see, Flamey ready and waiting for them. Same smoke going down, and he probably gets 1, maybe 2 kills. It's a nice spot to be in. Flashbang not that effective, but removes his crosshair placement. He only gets 1.
Cajun has control room. Does give them some chance to work lower, but Zeus is going to drop into the vents and see if he can hold off the better angles. Gets 2 inside. AZ finds Zeus instead, though, and Zeus has taken a step forward and potentially gotten out into the hallways, which he was timid to do so. He would have been better off. It's Kane instead that's inside of the site to hold. It's noise getting into Toxic, and I think they're going to be close enough to hear that. They have the other doors covered off, so any door noise, obviously, at that point has to be Toxic. They have decontamination and control in their possession, and yeah, exactly that. Config walks out and just sprays through it. Kane tries to open the door to respond and can't do anything of it.
Decent attempt, nice position, but ultimately this should be the North round, but Simple's alive. We've seen him win these before. Bomb down, though. He has got the kit. What's the big plan here? Trying to hide some of his noise as he baited out. He's going towards Secret, but now he goes in the vent. There's about a 7% chance to win this, I reckon. Yeah, good effort, 1 kill. And that will be it. 9-6. Actually quite a convincing half from Na'Vi, all things considered. They do manage to get 3 rounds in a row, then he converts it towards the end by breaking the money a couple of times of North to 6. That's not the worst case scenario for them. They actually do have a chance to win this one. So we'll see if they continue this form in the second half, and at least maybe get to double digits. We'll find out after the break.
Well, Nuke is, I guess, slightly better for Na'Vi. They were 10-5 at their first half of Overpass. Not Mirage at all. This time they're 9-6, so a slight improvement, but that was on the CT side of Nuke, so you'd expect it to be an improved half. And I'm not sure 9-6 is an improvement at all if you want to look at statistics between the maps. They have a hole to dig themselves out of.
Yeah, I'm not sure this is the right team composition to do it, but you never know. Simple could find some form. North not looking as comfortable as I would have expected. They seem to have... maybe at this point they don't want to show everything they've possibly got on this map. Like they're just running the same default, the same smokes going down, variations of it. That's very common and standard Nuke play. Same smokes going down, keep the consistency there. While I've got time, I'll explain why they do that. The idea is you want to show the same smokes every single round. So you're dropping those 2 outside smokes to block off the entrance to, obviously, Secret, and stops you being spotted as you cross. The one that's by T-Red as well, so they can't see anything at all. You throw a few flashbangs, and then we saw MSL and usually get there by himself. If he starts getting information that he can get all the way down without being contested, he might change it up and send 4 players down there very quickly and get the bomb down as fast as he can. If not, he can actually just keep running that strategy and go for upper splits when he pulls a rotation down towards lower. He can go for lower splits and his team focus towards ramp. And you can see how easy it is for a caller just to keep using those same smokes to force rotations on the CT side and to kind of toy with them in that sense. And then sometimes drop the smokes and do nothing and just rush upper. You know, like once you've got them scared of that potential, and it's a very efficient system to run on the T side of having variations of those smokes. Base your whole strategy around it. So there you go. Perfect timing. 10 sets of armor again here on Nuke. Let's do it. Na'Vi need this pistol.
Na'Vi need this pistol. Last game they came with an earshot of finding it when it was needed, and then it all fell apart. Easy. Okay, somehow stays alive in all of that and gets 2 kills. Surely he should have gone down when 3 people had already bypassed him at ramp.
You'd think so. This round is done. Simple, 4 versus 1. He's good, but with no bomb in the ramp, bomb down the ramp, he'll get 1 here, but not meant to be. MSL finishes them off. 10-6. You're almost certainly going to be seeing a force buy from Na'Vi here. Deagles, armor, CZ. The Tech-9 is dead, of course. It's weird how Valve keep doing that. They try and adjust things and completely kill weapons. Like now we don't even see the Tech-9 in competitive play anymore. And that's not their objective, right? Sure, it changes the meta and kind of keeps things fresh, if you will. But the fact that Tech-9 doesn't even exist anymore in the game, they've obviously adjusted it incorrectly, and no one wants to use it. Like, I think it's a little bit extreme. I think people aren't just giving the Tech-9 a chance. It reworks one. They haven't found how effective it can be. That's effective, though. Simple with the Desert Eagle takes down Cajun B, who's having a real rough time here on Nuke, coming on 5 kills, 11 deaths. Simple with a long-range headshot, of course, takes him down. I don't think that'll be enough to win the round as Config. He's fighting back, looking for more kills towards outside. He gets 1, trying to spam the little booties there through the catwalk. Does some damage, but won't be enough for a kill just yet. And he actually goes down. Edward with the 2nd frag.
Edward with the 2nd frag. It's MSL that gets a shot back. Kane is the one that he finds, but Edward is still in possession of position, and position is key as he takes back a shot on a trade. AZ, meanwhile, UMP in hand. 1 of 3 guns still in play. There's a picked up gun on Edward. He's got 34 HP, armor, and the FAMAS. Or FAMAS, as you would say, Henry.
The FAMAS, the FAMAS. I wouldn't say that. I'd say FAMAS.
Potato, potato.
Drop me a FAMAS, mate. Drop me a FAMAS.
I'm not your mate, bud.
I'm not your bird friend.
Not your friend, pal.
I'm not your pal, amigo.
I'm done there. Didn't expect amigo. Simple, good shot. Gets them back into contention. Or rather, I should say in contention to take the round in completion because they started this out as the ego. It's MSL, and they find him. Simple, the one to do so. 2nd
round force by Simple with 3 kills. Similar scenes to what we saw on Overpass. Simple with amazing headshot there outside. If we can see that, I would be very happy. Sounding quite crispy. Slow motion, maybe 10,000%. We'll see every frame. Force by in response, though. North going down about a 5-3 Deagles, 2 CZs. A few flashbangs, 1 smoke. Not really much you can do on the CD side in terms of like stacks or nades on your little force buys here. You just have to hold of the Deagles, hold an angle, and hope for the best. Na'Vi going together to the outside smokes and get that first kill, or just blow someone's head off and ramp. Should be walking away with this, but AZ, that's what we wanted to see. in the ramp room, he responds straight away, and now he'll try and pick up a rifle, but I don't think he'll be given that opportunity so easily.
Flamey behind the red crate. Gets over top of the red box. Zeus is inside of radio already. Bombs intentionally dropped. It's MSL that's trying to capitalize on the fact that they're pushing through. Or rather, he's done so and takes down Zeus. A good shot back by Flamey to capitalize on Volta. That creates space, but MSL has the AK picked up. Armor and a smoke. No kit if the bomb were to be planted. He doesn't know that it was out toward lobby. He was that far out and didn't see it. I think it's on the other side of the garage. It must be, because he would have seen it otherwise. It doesn't matter. He's got position and a tag on Flamey, but not a headshot.
Could have been something wonderful there. The force by shut down by Na'Vi. Comes down to the 1v1. MSL with the AK in hand. Great work to get to that position, but not enough to finish it off. I doubt a force by comes out once again from North. They have to concede this one round number 4. Looking like Na'Vi could maybe, just maybe, sneak in a victory here. Up at the scoreboard. Kane, 7 kills, Zeus with 8. So he can't really play anything on Kane right now. He is at least keeping up with the in-game lead up. 4 kills on overpass, and we're doubling that now. As we head towards ramp room. It's a full eco for North. Not a single dollar invested into this round. Default pistols, no armor, no nades. And if North win this, then it's over. Na'Vi should be finding 10-9 here. Oh, okay, MSL.
Okay, MSL. Kane. Arcane clock, arcane counter, encounters one player in Cajun B and manages to react. Although it took him a few bullets to do so. He just seems nervous, the poor guy. Flamey's got 2 kills and Na'Vi finds the round. They're within 1 of North.
They are. They're doing a decent job here. The money's still not going to be great for the North side. After winning the pistol and losing the subsequent rounds after that, 3 in a row, loss bonus won't be amazing. They had $2,400 going into this round of 5 and 4s, no kits, 1 incendiary, no warp occasion, 5 kills, 13 desperate. Very difficult night here. If they lose this game, I would be stunned. And now it's becoming a reality. Na'Vi tied us up at 10-10. They could actually do it. Here we go. Outside smokes. Like that one stops that. CT's been able to spot from Catwalk, removes some of the vision. Especially if you're crossing over towards Secret, but that might not matter because Cajun and Config coming in together with the M4s trying to find the picks here. They'll struggle for vision, but it might not matter. Can't find their kill. Config normally nails those ones. It's a very long-range headshot required. He gets the dink off, but unfortunately can't find the follow-up damage. Cajun B now, who has been struggling in this game, does spot, but not taken down just yet. It's not going to be a common position for him to be in. Easy goes down to Simple, and now it's getting very complicated indeed. 1 kill should be coming in from the CD side here. Edward takes an MSL at the same time, and they've got full control of the ramp room. Valda and Cajun B remain. One of the players has dropped out for the CTs. So we'll presumably take a technical pause into the next round. Valda left up against it now. No kit, no nades. Bomb down. 10-10, Matthew. It's actually potentially happening here.
This
Na'Vi,
would be incredible if North are unable to close this out CT side.
Bottom of Pro League, with their coach playing.
Beating the best in Pro League.
Being the second best. Well, it might be up to yesterday. They could be the best
they're
now.
close. I can't remember. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Fnatic were top, but after yesterday, after losing twice in overtime to them, maybe not. The round will indeed go in favour of Na'Vi here. 3 players survive. Valdo trying to save his M4. He's in the upper bomb site. No problems at all to survive in this position. Oh god, apparently I assumed he knew better than me. I took a chance on Valda and he made me look silly.
You know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You got to gamble in life, Hank, to make it exciting. But make sure it's regulated.
And you're of age.
Well, that would be regulated.
Yeah. It could be a regulated site. You could still go under the radar.
That would be you are breaking regulation, though.
Yeah.
Well, it's certainly happening. Na'Vi with guns in hand and North on the save, yet I shouldn't say yet. They did win one round, but I was going to say yet. Okay, that cancels the statement. They have not done much more than one round. How about that in this half? They've certainly lost the lead. They're struggling as Na'Vi continues to roll. Flamey goes aggressive outside behind the red crate. Can't find the shots toward blue box. It's MSL instead, though, that will get Kane. Eagle ready. Door open. Zeus fires back in, and Edward continues to be impressive. Better game from him this than Overpass by far, as Edward sits on 16, leads the way. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Excuse me. Simple leads the way. Both halves combined at 22, but this half Edward has certainly taken charge.
Yeah, looking very good. This was the eco, but still a 3-on-3 config with 1 kill. So not far behind either, but KGB drops again. Now that should be the round for Na'Vi here. Config has managed to pick up an AK-47, down to 23 points of health. Sime Valda is on the lower bomb site. Here's Config. Oh, almost felt a little bit uncomfortable there, but he gets the bomb now. 40 seconds remaining. He has a real chance to do something here. He is low HP by himself. What's the position he's holding into? It's very linear. And he will be pre-fired by Flamey. Valda, CZ in hand, holds the fence.
Valda waits at vents, like you say, with a pistol. Already spotted. Flamey just walks in and sees his shoulder. Na'Vi's got a lead, Hank!
Somehow, I don't know how, maximum loss bonus as well with the CTs. The AWP comes out. Cajun needs to start waking up. 6 kills, 15 deaths. He's normally very good on Nuke, and this is a nice try by Config. Got the bomb down there. Tucked himself in a couple. I think maybe getting towards T-spawn would be in a better angle for him. He'd at least have a fallback route at that point. Low HP, did what he could. And 11-10, we do have a lead for Na'Vi. I don't know how that's gone down.
Sprays into smoke and can't find any recipients on the other side.
This is both pistol victories for North as well, just to note.
It's a great point. It's a great point. It's kind of shocking what we're seeing as of right now. They've gotten control once more. Na'Vi have secret. Cajun this time, however, waits with an AWP. Needs to be quick and ready. Legs shot. Nade doesn't collect. Kane, not quite. He stays alive on 6. And they'll send him hunting. They're going to send him as the bait against the AWP. Somehow he gets by, and Cajun now feels pressured because they're all around him. And he's worried more about control room than if they follow through the vents directly. Kane's trying to get a bomb plant in. I think it's a bit early and a bit ambitious. His team leaves him cut and dry.
He's an ambitious guy. He wants to get that bomb down and prove that he can do this for his team. Zeus fighting back, though. Cajun B still alive somehow on that bomb site. Comes down to the 3 versus 2. Bomb not planted. 45 seconds remaining.
I don't know why King goes for that plant, and if he was, why the team left him out to dry, because they knew the AWP was close.
Panic, if anything. It's like,
but they didn't need to. If anything, Cajun was the one to panic, because he'd already gotten into decontamination, gotten good position, forced the AWP back. And now they've lost. I think that's as much team to blame as Kane, but it's a peculiar one nonetheless. Simple, the last alive in a 1 versus 2. And Cajun B, by the way, the one that chased down at the very start, is alive with 2 kills as a result of all of this. One being the kill that got the bomb.
Time ticking away. He knows it. Probably can't win this one. You can't win them all, or can you? Oh my goodness, Simple can actually do this! Cajun B gets the final kill. There was 10 seconds remaining. He hit that stunning shot towards the ramp, and all of a sudden it becomes very possible indeed. He keeps them modest. He knows that even though he doesn't win the round, 1 player surviving there isn't going to be enough to have a full buy here on the north side, and lose this round is double eco for sure. So, Simple does enough. They'll have a full buy. Oh, no, Edward, that's a lie. He's down to a UMP here. He'll swap with Kane, of course. The Merchant, as we've called him.
I think Kane was trying to reinvent new meta. The ninja plant.
Yeah. When everyone's alive around you, they don't expect you to plant.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Cajun's outside again. He, the one to clutch the last round after being the one to first make contact and being pressured, somehow stays alive in it. Pre-fire that's going to discourage him. He's got to be careful. Get back fast. He's got config to at least deter any forward motion from Na'Vi, but Flamey's immediately on his case to trade back, and so too is Zeus to add to that total and getting Valda. Cajun still missing crucial shots here and there. Allows more space to Flamey, to Simple. Or was it Edward? I think it was Edward. MSL found him. I'm confused. There's too many men in the map we know as Nuke, which is confusing to look at from a map perspective.
North advantage for now. Simple and Flamey. Quite the duo. 50 seconds remaining. Cajun B certainly has missed a few shots in this game. This is a huge round. If Na'Vi can pick this one up, it's double eco time for North. As they probe towards outside, Simple knows one kill will do it. That will open the door of opportunity here. Cajun Beat is stopping any crossing to the heaven position. You can see the top of his scope, just making sure he looks towards the catwalk as well. Easy kill at this point. Takes down Simple, and that should be the round. So that was bated breath, but there it is. AZ finishes things off. They take the lead once again. They haven't broken the money just yet. Oh, maybe they have. Kane's down to 2K. Simple not far in front of him, but they do have enough for at least 4 rifles. Kane, is he going to drop anything this round? So they get the all pal. They give that to Simple, of course. Kane doesn't buy anything till he's got the all clear. He can have some armor. He can have a deagle.
He's asked Mummy and Daddy.
Yeah.
Christmas is coming, son.
You have to wait.
We're getting actually kind of close to Christmas. It's weird. I know we're not at all, but like time flies, man.
Yeah,
when
we're
you're having
October.
fun.
How did that happen?
Cajun B. Looks for the shot inside of the smoke. Molotov tags config back. Puts him inside a secret and gives space to Na'Vi. Cajun again, he reads it so right, but gets it so wrong. And Simple, he will punish him for it by getting up on top of the red crate with the WP. It's config down below. So, AZ finding kills for North finally. So they want to hold the lead. They want to get this over with. Get 2 for the wins column tonight. A complete 6 points. That's the target. Get closer and closer to securing our final spots for LAM.
Well, the dream for Na'Vi starting to shrink now. It seemed like it could have been one of the most triumphant returns to form with Kane in the lineup. Seems to be slipping out of their grasp. It will be 13-11 here. The money presumably broken as well. Simple probably needs to save the AWP here. Flamey not giving up just yet, though, and for good reason. Takes another kill down. On a 2-on-2. Valda. He'll be holding towards the upper bomb site, looking at the hub position and heaven as well. His teammate config, lower bomb site as well. So they're going to have to fully commit here. 10 seconds remaining, unless they completely take down config. As soon as he peeks, which won't be happening. He's completely owned around there. Sure, Flamey gets the kill, but no time to plant. And no chance to save either. That means he gets no money into the next round. Flamey was 1,600. His teammates not that much in front of him. 2K on each of them. And they're going to force buy here. Here we go. This is pretty much for the game.
Pretty much.
Lose this, 14-11, then you got no money.
I think they're feeling confident. A few rounds here and there, and they're thinking, yeah, we can do this, Hank.
Give Simple the AK and armor.
Well, it worked in game 1 on round 2. This time it's a bit more precarious in the fact that it's Nuke's T side. Already smoked off a ramp, which was his intended destination, so slow things down. And a dink onto config early, 4 HP. He has to forfeit outside as a result of it. But Cajun swings over to the big garage to make up for it.
First skill comes in. Config was dinged for the pleasure. Down to 4 HP. No nades to work with. Simple has got his work cut out for him, and that doesn't help things. Kane sitting in the barbecue in the radio room. I think they sent him in first to say, right, get some intel. Just tell us where they are.
Kane checks ramp fast as he dare and starts heading down to lower again. He'll send himself in as the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, you can tell when a player's not really in match form when they're putting their cross on the floor.
Yeah, the crosshair placement has been very questionable.
So, yeah, you can tell he's just not, maybe in practice right now, like if you're doing that as a common trait as someone who doesn't really feel comfortable with the game. They're not really sure where to put the crosshair at all when they come around corners.
A night to forget for Na'Vi, perhaps, because they're losing the force buy, and as you say, it was essentially all in. We're at 14-11 for North.
I guess they force buy into this again. They get 4th stage loss bonus, $2,100 per player. Simple with the AK armor again. Zeus with Galil. This is definitely a now. Kane doesn't... Oh, Kane drops the Gillo, I think, or an AK. I'm not sure. He's still got a PT-50, no armor.
Shots out. Right into him. Flamey does manage to get one on the AK-47, which they've strangled together by virtue of a lost bonus, but Cajun B's had enough of bonuses, enough of the fun. Simple's not done, though. He never really is he?
No, he's always got a chance. Simple and Kane. Now that's a duo. Kane with no armor and a PT-50. Trying to do anything he can here just to... Oh, he's fallen off. That's fine. Maybe not. Varda takes him down. And it will be the final kill coming in. Match points. So Na'Vi, once again, they gave it a good go, but not really sure this is going to work out for them. They'll have maximum loss bonus now after losing 5 rounds in a row. They were 5-1 up. It's now 6-5 in favour of North in the second half. One more round would do it. It's not the worst buy in the world. Kane working out what he can bring to the table. Oh, get some armor as well. There it is. A little bit slow. Nades, maybe? There it is. Smoke. And a flash.
Smoke and a pancake. Down already. Flamey outside, found by Cajun. Goes to the left. Peculiar through the smoke with nothing in front of the big garage. Simple, however, as always, steps up to find 2. Kane down. Molotov out. Easy thinks that Simple's committed. Realizes now that he's at the bottom of the ladder. Throws a flash that allows Config in through secret. They play it in tandem, and it's down to Edward.
What can he do with this one?
Stroke that beard, buddy. Spotted already, Easy. Just obliterated. Config, the same result! I thought Config on a slightly off angle would pull it off. Edward keeps Na'Vi alive.
Somehow he does it. 15-12, Edward stepping up there. They pretty much gave it to him. They wanted to just close it out as quickly as possibly could. Instead of making him plan, they hold the choke points, the tighter angles. And Easy goes down first, and Config follows shortly after. 15-12, 3 now to force overtime. It could happen. Win this one, and the money will be completely broken. A scout comes up, Occasion B, 4 and 4's around him. He might just rush up here. 4 players quick towards the lobby. They won't be fully committing. Decoys deployed. And we'll go towards the ramp. Kane going in first. Does the damage. Gets... Okay, didn't get the kill. We got the assist.
Shots go. Config in. Success, but only such as short-lived as Flamey walks in from the left side. Right side, however, covered off from decontamination as MSL gets across the site to find Flamey. Bomb in the side of the smoke will be planted, and one is becoming a more common plant spot. Not sure what happened with Simple there.
They were having a little hug.
Momentary lapse of judgment. Zeus needs to protect the bomb with Edward. Edward low on HP is found immediately by Volda. Cajun gets behind Edward. Zeus. Or rather, that is, as he gets the kill.
Okay, calm one.
There's no kit, and he can't do anything of it. He's already off the bomb. He's low HP. Even if he gets the kill now, which he won't, nothing they can do, and that's money gone. This is going the distance, surprisingly.
Yeah, it seems so.
28 kills for both Flamey and Simple. Someone's asking, I thought coaches had to be good at CSGO. Casters don't have to be good at casting, so why should coaches have to be good at coaching?
Well, that's the different thing altogether. Casters do have to be good at casting.
Living proof of the opposite, mate.
Yeah. But coaches don't have to be pro CS players. That's why they're coaches. They want to continue that skill level. They want to be looking at the
applying knowledge in other ways.
Yeah. Remember, Kane was part of the Gambit squad that just won the current major.
It's true. As the coach was also one of the reasons Zeus decided to leave, apparently.
Mm-hmm. So he knows what he's doing.
Oh, he certainly does. And look, a lot of people are already criticizing, saying, yeah, Siege leaving was the right call. Well, this is the short-term result. Luke's also supposed to be your stand-in. He couldn't make it tonight.
Who's Luke?
The player that was standing in from Spirit Academy, I think.
Okay.
Shots out from Cajun B. But Electronic rumored to be the permanent replacement. We have to give it time, guys. You gotta let it transpire in full effect.
Yeah, at this point, Na'Vi won't be making the playoffs regardless, right? So I think we're at the bottom of the league.
It's the right time to do it. When else would you be able to make this trade? They've got to do it before the major rotation. Nothing to lose here. Everything to gain.
Well, I guess at this point, just to avoid relegation in Pro League. At this particular stage, like the fact they couldn't use Luke, like that still is a bit gutting. Like, sure, they probably can't make the playoffs now, but just winning maps is still beneficial to them, trying to avoid relegation. Then suffer the same fate that his Pro had last season. But this is it now. Round number 30. I didn't think we'd be getting here. This is nuts. They're essentially playing a 4-on-5 game here. Kane is just dropping guns and running into choke points first, get information. And somehow they've got North on the ropes.
They got him on the ropes, but the guns are still drawn. There's no kits and no AZ as Zeus pre-fires through the hut. Na'Vi have a sniff at victory, and they want to take it. Snatch it away. Zeus especially does. Takes down Config. Two of the hottest hands on the North roster this evening gone. Volda's still in it. MSL as well. Low HP for Simple, and he's one-upped him. Predicts the movements, predicts the pattern, and gets the kill, but still they are a man down. Drops into the vents, and MSL's doing all the work as he gets Zeus as well. Bomb is ticking, and no kits in play. I mentioned it before, but I'll bring it up again.
Overtime looking very likely here. No kits once more. And Edward and Flamey to defend in decent positions, and they get the next kill. We're going to overtime. Cajun B, as time ticks away, knows he can't win. How have we got here? How is it happening? They're playing with the coach who got 4 frags in the first game and not much more in the second. And North are considered a top 5 team in the world right now. This is pretty embarrassing for them, actually, that this is even transpiring in this manner. But there you go. Obviously, with the likes of Simple and Flamey playing very well. Edward had a decent game as well. It can happen, but you just expect from what we saw in Overpass, this should not ever go to overtime.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. 15-15. Na'Vi looking to salvage. They've taken points away from North already.
That's right.
They've taken a point away at the very least by forcing this overtime. They've gained a point for themselves, which forcing themselves away from the relegation position. There is an automatic relegation position if you finished 14th in the league.
Yes.
Is that right? 14 teams? Yeah. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. Did my homework. If you're in that 14th spot, you don't have a chance to play for relegation. You're gone.
Yep, it's true. That's why. Is that what happened to Virtus Pro? Did they play for relegation?
Virtus Pro played for relegation.
Yeah, that's right.
And lost both games.
That's right. It was against like Penta and Big, I believe. Round number 1. Cajun B brings up the AWP. 19 rounds to find the victory here. I'm sure North will still win. It'll be gutting for them if they don't. A bit of a horror show. At the same time, Na'Vi don't really have much to lose here. Might as well go for a fast-paced counter-strike here. Flamey goes towards the upper site, nails the first headshot as well. Takes down Volda. That's an open site. It's a common strategy the North like to run. One player to defend the rushes and then have everything else covered. The Config coming in emphatically from heaven. Only gets one though, and Simple and Zeus going to work here. 4-on-2, Cajun B and MSL to try and retake Cajun B from the vents. That's surely not going to work out for him, and rightly so. Zeus finds him and takes him down. Good nade, but not enough to win the round. 1-0 for Na'Vi.
1-0 Na'Vi in overtime, continuing with the momentum and in a very impressive fashion. North, what is wrong? What are you doing, lads? Well, shocked we're here. Both teams struggling on the CT side as well. Not something we commonly see on Nuke. Simple with a set smoke already lobbed out toward the front of the red crate. Ta-ding, ta-ding. Oh, that one went deep. I thought that one went short. Look at that. I need to learn my Nuke smokes, Hank.
Do you, though?
Good point. Maybe I don't.
As long as you see it land, you can work it out.
Yeah, just don't make predictions if I'm wrong, and then I'm fine.
Exactly. Cajun B answers back there with the AWP. Does take down one. That's Zeus. The in-game leader, no more in round number 2. They do have some backsteps control here, though. Config. Difficult position to get multiple frags from considering where he is, but it is an off angle, so they won't expect him there. Get the refrag. That's pretty much all he was good for, considering 2 players there. If it was just one, he probably wins the duel. He stands in the middle because it's not a pre-fight. You don't expect someone to stand in the open. You expect them to hold the corner. Still with the man advantage. North will have to fall out of the vents. That's Valda, who found the heat at his feet. And Cajun B finding some form now. He's been very quiet in the entirety of this Nuke map so far, but towards the end, starting to find some impactful frags. This round is not done just yet, though. But Kane is still up, and we're not really expecting too much from him. But we are from Edward, it seems, as he finds another shot and makes things at least realistic.
I've got faith in Kane. I think this round he's going to do something. His positioning late to ramp.
Going to deliver the pain.
He could deliver the pain. Insane in the membrane.
Get on the train. No.
Didn't buy a ticket.
There we go.
All right, I take everything back. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It would almost be beneficial if Kane were sitting next to someone, if they had a gaming house, that someone, when he died, stood up and took his computer.
What is it? Just use simple settings.
I think that's illegal.
Yeah.
But no, I don't mean his settings. Yeah, well, you could.
No,
Yeah, you
exactly.
preset.
So as soon as it sits down, he's
Simple's
ready
like,
to
got
go.
it.
It's like when you're matchmaking and you have a bot, you can just press E. As soon as you die, you can jump in the bot.
That would be exactly what it would be at this point.
So,
Press E to control bot Kane.
So that would be kind of... that would be an interesting idea. All right, Zeus just running through the smoke there. The unexpected, sometimes the most difficult to handle. As Simple finds another shot there. This is looking good for the 2-1 for Na'Vi. 5-3 situation.
Somehow, some way, they're making it work. Again, they could win out the T side. If North doesn't replicate that, Na'Vi pick up 2 points for a win. Overtime win, specifically. Point would still be awarded to North, giving them 4 on the evening. Config. Trying to find a way of interest back to relevance. Seems that he'll want to cover off outside by the Twinkie, as it's affectionately called by North Americans on a diet.
Never tried a Twinkie.
Ah, dude, you're missing out. So good.
Nice creamy filling.
Yeah, dude, where's the cream filling? Config, good shots, does manage to get a wraparound flank onto one at Annex, but Flamey and Edward find kills. It's just MSL to go against 3. He's using the crossbeam as cover, but they have to walk in and confront. MSL does at least get 1 as they go lower. Without the information that he might still be toward heaven, they thought it the safe bet. They're correct in getting the bomb down, but he still capitalizes on 1. They know he's coming vent. The nade goes slightly deep, but the bullets land, and Simple gives 2 rounds to Na'Vi in overtime.
They could do it. They've already got a point here this evening, and I think all things considered, that's probably as good as it was going to get. If they get another, by winning overtime and 2 points on the board, maybe they can start the campaign in Pro League and maybe avoid relegation. Who knows? We won't take a break just yet. We'll get into this momentarily. If you're not aware of overtime rules, it's MR3 16K, which can be exploited on some maps. You can, toward the end, buy like an AWP and an AK and hold a certain angle, go for a fast boost. Go take the shot, then fall back and pick up your AK. I'm not a huge fan of that. I think that's the only problem we have for 16K. It's like we want to see the proper rounds, and the strategy's not something that's shouldn't be part of your strat book. Round number 1. Na'Vi do this. They've got match point. I just don't know how this happened.
MSL. Flamey, meanwhile, is going to back off. Big garage. Give up secret. It's already gone. Simple's open the door inward, which gives him cover. A line of sight with less exposure, and he goes up to find one of the AWP. Tries to fast flick to the right. They faked off toward decontamination, but they'll go back towards Simple, who goes back toward the door. Down he goes. That's North that have entrance. And again, it's the T side that has ground and legs to walk on. They walk themselves into a good position as well. Bomb planted, but just barely. Zeus can't find the shit kill inside of the smoke. He's on the A1S. But even still, MSL is able to slide right and take him down. Not before such time that Edward found a kill, but it's Kane that gives himself up once more on rotation. Runs down, walks out without much foresight, and Cajun B closes the round by getting Edward back to 17-17.
Gonna find match point just yet, but chaotic there towards lower. Na'Vi certainly had a chance to win in the 2 versus 2, but couldn't close up the round. Will be Na'Vi now on the CT side, 1-0 down. North will bring out the AWP on the T side. KGB starting to get into this game now. Very rough start, but starting to hit some shots, and we'll see if we can deliver here in round number 2 as well. Looking with 19 at the top once again.
Flamey, meanwhile. Ooh, Nate, timing good. Config tagged. Get to secret. That's the easy part done. Now the rest is executing and how to pull rotations and force the CTs out of their positions. Back to the outer position, and Flamey's vision not deterred. The flash not landing in time. Gets the shot on the WP immediately.
Good effort. Could have got 2 for that. Config tagged up in the crossfire as well, down at 60 points of health. They're trying to get down towards lower. Na'Vi trying to do anything they can here with the man advantage currently as well. Flash will go in towards heaven. Config will be throwing that for his teammate. Valda goes in. Flashbang was effective. Not good enough for the frag, I'm afraid. 5 on 3 now. Na'Vi 3 kills away from match point once again. Simple might have just found it for them. AZ, he'll drop. Now KGB Config, no point saving here. He gets 16k as the round is guaranteed at this point. Config has no grounds to win this whatsoever, as he has to go down the ladder. He thinks it's done as well. Flashbang's good. Keep him at bay, and he'll go towards CT spawn.
This gives map point to Na'Vi first. It gives us a chance of finding double overtime as well, because North this time without much access have looked good on their T side as well. They've got lots of money. It's a 16k overtime. Who would have thought overtime, let alone double? Who would have thought Na'Vi would have map point in the first overtime?
No one is the answer to that question.
I was wondering if you were going to answer or not.
It was rhetorical, but I'm going to give you an answer anyway. So we'll have simple booster. Oh, this could be a little bit good. It could be something like, it's one of those booster works like once every game. What a chance to bring it to the table as well. Oh, I can't watch map. I'll have to listen to you. This could be disgusting.
Simple is a disgusting, man. Only with 2. Volda and Cajun B keep levels at even bay, but it's Edward that pulls it back. You won't know that Config's in the corner. Ball is down on the ramp. It's a 1 versus 2. And I do mean that because it's Zeus and Flamey. Config picks up the bomb, and he's got time to work with. A minute 11. Not a best flashbang to start it off. And the peak. Zeus has done it. Na'Vi in overtime, playing with a coach, have found a win. A valuable win for them as well as they battle back to stay out of relegation in a rebuilding phase.
I have no words. North are going to be stunned with that one. This is a game they should be winning. Na'Vi essentially 4 and 5 there. We saw what Kane was really good for. He's dropping guns for his teammates and keeping them strong, I guess, and just running into checkpoints first.
I just want to specify as well before we sound like bullies. Kane's a coach. We don't expect much of him. That's why we're being hard on him. I think he was a little bit underwhelming even from that aspect, but not much expectations, to be fair.
No, absolutely. But I'm focusing more on North, like the fact they should be winning because of that aspect. And that was really bizarre. And the fact it was overtime, I was surprised. I thought, okay, North close it out now. But obviously the likes of Simple and Edward having a very good game and Flamey looking good as well. It was too much. And there we have it. Na'Vi steal the map away in overtime. They only get 2 points caught for winning in overtime. But still, what a chaotic series of events. I'm not really sure anyone saw that coming.
Well, Kane brought the pain. It's over to the studio with Alex and his Lion's Mane.
I do need a haircut, appreciate that. Henry G and Sadakist, and good golly, Miss Molly, how do you explain that one? YNK and Spun J to try and elaborate on someone who, in fact, a Serbian friend of mine, you may see him shortly, actually said he'd put his whole house on North winning.
Good thing I'm not allowed to bet, Alex.
Good thing. It's a jolly good thing.
That would have been a bad bet. Probably should have remembered it's online CS in the end, and now it has Simple.
Yeah, what was that, like 37, 38 kills? Kills? I think the highlights for Na'Vi are pretty easy to spot. The fact that they won a game, even in overtime, it doesn't really matter. This is fantastic. They need to claw their way out of the bottom 3 to avoid relegation. Simple playing well, still. That's always good to see. Flamey stepping up to the plate, and Edward chiming in a little bit.
He was.
So these are positive signs. Maybe we'll see what happens when they get a permanent 5th.
And also, I think we see why North has, kind of grown out of Nuke recently. You have to win a game like this. It should be just routine for them. But I think to an extent they were caught off guard a little bit by some of the moves from Na'Vi. In that overtime, we saw Zeus just push through the smoke. Like the smoke you throw outside Squeaky to get into vents. Yeah. He just runs through it, gets a kill. I think Cajun gets killed through a one-way smoke on yard. That's simple, had. So small things like that. When you play a team that's not really good on the map or that doesn't have a lot of structure, you don't want to give them easy kills.
Sure. And they got them. At one point, actually, Yanko, you were saying, how are Na'Vi getting rounds on the T side? That was a question you asked, and I'm actually just going to direct it back at you, if you have a search for an answer by this point.
I think it was just a matter of, Simple and Flamey playing really well. And if you can do the basics, like throw the wall of smokes, get down into secret, and if you can get into a position where, you're moving towards the actual bomb site, then it comes down to your players getting the kills and just getting the good trades and winning some clutches. I didn't think Na'Vi was going to be capable of getting to that stage. I just thought North will be able to shut them down way before that, but they proven me wrong.
Yeah, no complaints from Na'Vi. I mean, it was a point Matt raised, Chad. It's just the fact that this is a battle for survival from Na'Vi now. It's not like, it's basically do not do what Virtus Pro did last season and be relegated. And so far, a big win, overtime, admittedly, slight caveat.
Yeah, the win's the big thing to take away, and that's exactly that, just to stay in that, or stay out of that bottom three. Yeah, and it's going to be very hard for them to do that. We mentioned teams that they have to play between now and the end of the season, so it's going to be a bit of a rough ride, but if they can get Luke in and they can, be a little bit more competitive in that regard, having a bit more fun, a bit more free-flowing, because that's where a lot of their frags on the T side came from, individual moments. Then we could see, a Na'Vi stay out of that bottom three, but they're definitely not making that top six.
No, so top six dreams dashed for Na'Vi. If we return to North for a moment, we kind of painted the picture of this being perfect opportunity for the Danes to take the top spot.
Dropped the ball, haven't they?
I mean, yeah, it's how much are they going to be breaking this one down afterwards? Because we shrug it off. We say, online CS, they're still going to probably be top six. But it's about seeding. It's also about, guys, how do we lose that Nuke game? I mean, that's a big conversation to be had in the team.
I'd say mentally they weren't all there, right?
Yeah, I believe so. But at the end of the day, I don't think the actual spot matters that much, because when it comes to a league like this that has so many games, you are very rarely going to have like a proper seeding where the best team is actually going to be number one during the regular season and so forth. So it will come down to luck, because you are matched with first, third, and fifth are in one group, and second, fourth, and sixth. So you might get like an easier draw just by the way other teams play it out as well. So I won't look that much towards the seeding itself, but you want the win just so that you are secure for the actual playoffs, especially because they're in Denmark in Unse, Alex, and you can check that out if you're into robots.
Yeah, if you are into robots or if you're just into Counter-Strike, Unse is the city and the host of the Pro League finals. And Yanko's not wrong. There is more to see than just the Counter-Strike, and I definitely recommend you go ahead and check out. It'll be a little link. It's trto.com. And it's the road to Unse. You can go ahead and have a little adventure and explore what it's going to be available in the beautiful city should you come and attend. Come to Denmark. It's expensive, but it's cool, and it's a bit cold, I think would be my summary of my experiences in Denmark.
Very grey, cold, and rainy.
There you go, a perfect summary.
Which is why they're so bloody good at Counter-Strike, Alex. You're just inside all the time.
Yeah, it's like the Swedes as well. Those damn Scandinavians and their weather certainly do make their jobs easier to get good at games. All right, we love you, and we'll be back. When we come back, we're going to be talking about Godsent, as they're going to be taking on none other than the Ninjas in what is a Swedish affair to talk about after this.